Okay. So I think it is. Oh, no, it's not quite 9:08, but we'll start at 9:08.
Yeah. A good run number. Then 3 of them.
Okay. All right. So welcome everyone to IOP Fest. So I'd like to welcome you on behalf of the organizers, myself, Giacomo, and Ron, who is over here. Did not go to the other talk. Just wanted to kind of like introduce the day. I hope the microphone is working okay. Yeah, okay. Just wanted to introduce the day. We'll take like a couple of minutes of your time, and then we'll yield the floor to more interesting people. So IOP Fest is a one-day workshop about IOPs. We're grateful to be co-located with ZKProof, so that all of you guys can come to this. I just wanted to kind of like set the stage for IOPs. I guess hopefully if you're at IOP Fest, you probably know what an IOP is. But just in case, here is a little timeline. So the reason we're doing it this year is because it's about 10 years since the introduction of the notion of IOPs, which appeared in these two papers, interactive oracle proofs and this constant round interactive proofs of delegating computation. So it's sort of maybe ascribed to these 6 people. So it's 10 years since sort of the formal introduction of IOPs, but I claim that kind of the story goes in both directions from that. So IOPs obviously did not appear like out of nothing, right? They have their roots in this sort of ancient complexity theory of the early 90s, right? So as they were building the Colosseum, they were also thinking about sum check and IP equals p space and the classical PCP theorem. And so it has this sort of long history, sort of dating back to these breakthroughs in complexity theory and proof systems in the early 90s. There is also this important paper of Yael Kalai and Ran Raz, where they define these interactive PCPs, which are kind of maybe the closest precursor to IOPs. Since 2016, a lot of really cool stuff has happened, and we're going to hear about a lot of that today, so I won't go into a lot of detail. Now we have constructions which are in some sense asymptotically optimal for these IOPs, which is very different to things like PCPs, where we still don't know. People have actually deployed these things in practice, whereas kind of to the left of 2016, all of this stuff is really like theoretical. We also understand things about post-quantum security, and the post-quantum aspect of these systems is very important. Sort of looking ahead from where we are today, I mean, we've come a long way, but I want to say that this field is like nowhere near closed. I guess we'll have Dan talking about the proximity gaps conjectures. And then I think there are many interesting directions that are open to explore, including designing proof systems from new codes, and maybe what IOPs can say about quantum complexity. This is quite an interesting thing that maybe is a little bit out there. So at the end of the day, we're going to have an open problems session, and hopefully we can talk about some of these things. So that's my little spiel about IOPs and why they're so great. Just to give you the schedule for the day. So we are here. I will be done in just a minute so that I can introduce Pratyush. Then we'll have a break. Then we'll have Dan talking about the Proximity Prize, which is like a sort of a keynote session. I think it is not in this room, but in the next room. Then we have a long break. This is because there's another keynote for ZKProof, Justin Drake's keynote, that we didn't want to overlap with. I think that will be very interesting and shares a lot with what we're talking about in here. So please go to that. And then we have Ale talking about proximity tests, Noor talking about IOPs with linear proof of complexity with small round complexity, and then in the afternoon we have Will Wang talking about interactive oracle reductions and these accumulation schemes, and then we'll finish the day with our open problem session. So please, if you have any open problems, please think of them, and we'll don't solve them until 5 p.m. today. Okay. Yeah. So please come along with your open problems that you're interested in, and maybe share them with the group. All right. So with that said, let's get started. Yes. And I would like to say a big thank you to Giacomo for doing most of the work. Yeah, yes. Yeah, yeah. Right, yes, that's true.